Jolt! What up, Jolt? Hey guys, it's summer! Woohoo! And one of the best parts of the summer is that means it is almost time for the Jolt Summer Stay Retreat, which I get so excited about. And some of you might not know what a Jolt Summer Stay Retreat is. Well, for 3 days, we pause life, we get you away from your family, and we get to hang out. We get to make some great friends, make some better connections, we get to learn about Jesus, and we get to do a bunch of fun stuff. So this year, we'll be hanging out here at the church for a little bit, and we're also gonna go to this place called Best in Games or Big. It's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be epic, it's gonna be so much fun. Sign up, stayretreat.org. All right, so, Jolt. Ever do something wrong? Yeah, you have. You know how I know? Because you're a human. And do you know what I know about every single human? We make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. And there's this thing that happens when we make mistakes, or at least I hope it happens when you make a mistake, where we feel guilty. And sometimes we don't really know how to process that guilt. Like, is this good? Is this bad? What do I do with it? Well, guilt actually is kind of a good thing, because what guilt is doing is it is telling our brain, hey brain, you did something wrong. You made a mistake. And as much as we don't like to admit that we make mistakes, like we do, and when we make mistakes, we need to make it right. And so guilt is that part of who we are, the way God created us to go, hey, alert, you made a mistake, go make it right. Sometimes though, we take it too far, and our guilt, which isn't a bad thing, our guilt can turn into shame. And shame
not so good.
Okay, so if guilt says, hey, I did something wrong, what shame does is shame says, I am wrong. You see that difference? Guilt says, I did something. Shame says, I am something. It takes it from an action I did to a part of my identity, and we don't want that. Think about it this way. Here's an example. Look, let's say you lied about something that you should not have lied about. Guilt says, I lied. I need to go apologize to that person. Shame says, I am a liar. See the difference? I lied versus I am a liar. Or let's say you said something really mean to someone. Guilt would say, you said something mean. You should go apologize. Shame says, I am mean. I am bad. I am a bully. And then that shame, if it's left unchecked and stays inside of us, that shame can eventually lead towards depression and some really awful, ugly things. Like, we do not want any kind of shame. Get rid of it. But how? Well, that's a lot easier said than done. This is a difficult process when we start to feel that shame. But a great thing to do when we have guilt or shame is ask forgiveness. Shame is bad. You are not your mistakes. You are so much more. You are so much better than your worst moments. So we gotta stop shame from creeping in and ask forgiveness. Sometimes we think, the guilt turns into shame because I can't ask for forgiveness. I've done this too many times. But listen to this verse, 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins to him, he is faithful and just to forgive us. See, one of the cool parts about God, he's gonna forgive you. He's gonna forgive you. No matter how many times you make the same mistake, he's gonna forgive you. Now, that doesn't mean to keep making that mistake over and over and over again, because that's gonna be harmful for you. But the cool part is God's trying to get rid of that shame and say, I will forgive you. The point today, when I feel guilty, I'll ask God to forgive me. God always forgives. Now, to talk a little bit more about how to get rid of shame, we're gonna go to our groups. See ya! Sign up for the Stay Retreat.